Hi everyone, and welcome to our quick Christmas decoration tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas wreath using greenery and different things we've foraged from the garden and from the hedgerow. And also I'll show you at the end how to make another version, which is our Christmas swag. And if you don't have some willow or missing some of the pieces, this is a very simple one and we'll show you how that one was made too. So the first thing that we did was we found some willow growing in the hedge. You know the willow, it's various coloured branches, generally dark in coloured, but it's exceptionally flexible. So you need something flexible. If you have honeysuckle or anything like that growing, or even clematis or some of them that you can weave, you will do the same job. So to make the ring, the willow ring, which is the first part, and which is going to be the base of our wreath, we're just going to wind the willow together. So the first piece is wound around itself. And you continue to build and add on that. So I've picked some nice light rods here. So we're going to work our way around it. And these are flexible, so they'll bend their way in through. And we can improve the shape. As it builds up, the shape will improve. And I have another one here just to show you. So we'll take that one. And again, we're going to bend that around too. And that's what you continue to do with a number of rods. You build them up, continuing to wrap, and you'll see the way they're wrapping nicely around each other till you have your circle. So that one has a few more rods in it, so you can see how it's starting to take shape. And then finally, when you've reached the size and the thickness that you want, this is what you have. And again, you can trim off your edges and make it look quite nice and neat and tidy. So the other things that I have here is I have some berried holly. So we were lucky, we have quite a lot of berries in our holly this year. I've just taken a small amount. We have two varieties, there's a plain leafed one and we have a variegated leafed one, and luckily both of them don't bear much thorn, so they're easy to work with. I have some holly and I had some snow spray. So if you have that, you can carefully just add a little bit of snow to that. This one doesn't want to work now, but we sprayed a little bit of it earlier and you can see how the snow sits on it, so it looks quite effective. The other things that you could add in, this is hydrangea from the garden. It's quite a nice gold colour. The flowers when they blossom are pink, and when the winter comes then the colour fades, but the flowers stay and are almost like a dried flower on it. Other things that I've got, I have some Lilandi, some evergreen. There's some clematis in the garden, just again something that will wind quite easily around a wreath. And we have a little bit of eucalyptus. If you're making something that you wanted to hang inside, that would be quite nice because it's got a nice scent off it. So they're the things that we can use to make our wreath. And we have some florist wire. Now, you don't really can get away without that. Because the type of wreath that it is, you can actually stick the buried pieces into it. So that's what I'm going to do, is just show you the simplest way with the minimum amount of materials. So you just take your holly and you stick it into the wreath. And that doesn't want to work. There we go, we have it now. And our doggy is having a wee bark outside. And we go the other side and stick another one in. And we're going to continue to build on that. We can take some ivy, and with the snow on it, it's quite effective. And we'll add another piece of ivy. And we'll take some of the end of that one, so just with secateurs I'm going to take off that larger piece off the end and add it in there. Again, take another piece of holly. And just sometimes to find a spot where you can penetrate through the willow. There we go. Now we can pull the end through. Again, when we come to the finishing part, we can trim anything that we don't like. So if you wanted, you could add some variegated stuff as well. I like these to be quite natural in shape, they don't have to be too formal. And we'll add another piece on that side. And if you wanted in the centre, you could add in some of the hydrangea. And again, we'll just find somewhere to poke it in through. So you can see how we can build it up. We can work it right around the whole ring if we want, or we can just do a section of the bottom of it. So I'm just going to turn it around to myself now so that it's a little bit easier to work on. I'm going to secure that a little bit better. There we go. So that's how we're going to build. So I'm just going to turn it around quickly and add in some more pieces. Again, just find the spaces and add them down through. So there we are, we're building it up quite well around the edges. And to balance it, we put another bit of the variegated one over on this side. So we can see we have quite a bit of berry on it, and anywhere that they're sticking out, we can just take our secateurs and tidy them up. And what other pieces did you want to add in? If you wanted to add some of the eucalyptus, it's quite nice shapely. I'm just going to take the secateurs again, and it's quite fine, so it's an easier one to. And we should have some more of it here. I have. And I'm just going to lift it up and see roughly where we placed the other one. That's our wreath, and again, as I said, if you wanted to, you can continue to build right round, so that's optional and you doing your own. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I am going to add a bow. And the bow I am going to add is one similar to this, and it's made from hessian, so we're keeping everything natural. So I have some hessian that's used for tying plants in the garden. And I'm just going to take some tails from it first to hang down. And I'm going to cut a little V-shaped bit. Cut a length of it, and take a section out, and that's my tails for my ribbon. And for this piece I am going to just fold quickly over and back, and I'll make about 3 layers in it, and that's it. I'll cut that off. And I'll take a bit of our garden wire and knot it securely around it. Nice and tight. That a twist, and we can fix the shape then. And to the back of it we're going to add our ribbons. And we can also use that then to secure it to the wreath, and I'm going to tie it to the top of it. I'm actually going to need another piece. I'm going to get another longer piece to tie it on. Let's tie them up out of the way securely. And I'll take another piece of wire. And I'm going to place that at the top of my wreath, and I'm also going to use the wires then to hang it on our front door. And that's our wreath ready to hang. I'm not sure if it's centered. I think it needs to come slightly this way. Just when I've finished and place it down, right to hang it up, I can center that. And we have our tails. So that's quickly making a Christmas wreath using some forage materials from our hedgerows and using some hessian, so everything in there is natural. And the other thing that I showed you earlier was our skag. This is very simple. I'm just going to show you how it was made. I'm not going to take this in asunder. So we used some of our evergreens. So I picked some large branches, much larger than this. And I laid our branches down. This will be the mini version of it. So you just lay your branches down, and on top of that then, you lay whatever greenery or pieces that you want to do. So you can see where they're all placed flat on top of each other here. Just tie everything together with wire at the top, and then place your ribbon on that. And again, we have a wire here in the back to hang it. So if you can't get some willow, and you have access to some evergreens, you can make a swag instead of making a wreath. So that's our quick Christmas decoration demo. And as always, thank you for joining Crafts of Ireland for our video, and have a happy Christmas, everybody.